was a program from gymnastics in 1983. I was 6 years old and I mostly did floor routines. I gave up on gymnastics because I was scared of heights and they wanted me to do the uneven bars. This is me 40 years later. I have still not taken up gymnastics. I am still scared of heights, but I have taken up running and I have lost all flexibility since then. So I am taking on a 30-day challenge to kind of reclaim just a little bit of that flexibility by trying to learn to do the splits again. This is my first 30-day challenge. So here we are on day 1 and I have just finished a run. So my legs are all nice and limber and ready to stretch. There are 5 stretches that you do every single day. And then on day 6, then you add the stretch for day 6 to it. And then on day 7, it's the 5 and then the stretch for day 7 and so on all the way through 30 days. So for the first 5 days, it's just the first 5 stretches. Even if I don't get into full splits by 30 days, which I doubt I will, if I could just loosen up my hips and my hamstrings a little bit, I will definitely consider this a success. So let's get going. Oddly enough, this is making me cramp up in my abs. Five days in, still feeling a lot of tightness in my hamstrings, but we'll see where we go from here. Okay, day 6, we're going to start with our 5 usual stretches we've been doing and then add the stretch for day 6. So let's get going. And now we're going to add the stretch for day 6. And again, it's a minute on each side. Here we go. Now the other side. That was an experience. That one was kind of relaxing. Okay, so after 10 days, right hamstring is definitely still a lot tighter than the left, but I'm noticing that I'm not cramping up or experiencing as much pain after or during a run that I have in the past. So, I mean, even if I don't do the splits, I still have that as a victory. So, yeah, let's see what we do in the next 10 days. So 15 days, we're halfway through, and I am at the point where I actually look forward to stretching after a run. It's feeling good. Who knew if I could just take a few minutes to do it, I'd enjoy it so much. So, what are the benefits of learning to do the splits anyway? Well, first of all, it improves your flexibility and range of motion. And as we know, flexible muscles are less likely to be injured. Second, it's going to improve your balance and coordination. So, one of the benefits of learning splits is when you stretch your muscles to the point where you can actually do a split, you're lengthening the tendons and improving your range of motion, which helps improve both balance and coordination by making it easier for your body to adjust to changes in position, which is something that you do all the time while you are running. It teaches you patience and endurance. With most things in life, learning how to do the splits is going to require time, it's going to require patience, and it's going to require practice. For a lot of people, that is not something that comes naturally or easily, so you have to get yourself into the right mindset to want to learn. Next, it increases your body awareness. To execute a split properly, you have to be aware of what your whole body is doing and how it's positioned in space. And finally, not only does it look cool, it can help you feel younger too. The flexibility from doing the splits can carry over to lots of different things in your life, like squatting down to pick something up or leaning over to tie your shoes. So if you're looking for a way to feel more flexible and more agile, then learning to do the splits is a good way to start. Plus, you can bust this trick out at parties. So we're 20 days in, and I don't know. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to even be close to doing the splits by the end of this, but I am definitely feeling the stretch, especially in my right hamstring, which has always been the problem child. And I don't know, some of the stretches are getting easier, the ones that I have to repeat every day, so I can see some progress on those. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Am I going to get the results I want? And like I said, if I have looser hamstrings by the end of this, I'm going to consider that a win. So I'm having fun. There is that. We'll see where we are in a few more days. That is 29 days. So tomorrow is day 30, and we'll see how much closer I am to the splits than I was 30 days ago. Day 30, I have just come in from an afternoon run, so we're going to run through all of our regular stretches and then finally see how far into the splits I can go after stretching for 30 days. Let's go. Okay, those are our 5 routine stretches, and now we will grab a yoga block and see how far I can get down into the splits. Wow. I mean, it's not all the way, but this is way more than I could get 30 days ago. Let's try the other side. At this side, still a little tighter, but wow. That is a lot of improvement in 30 days. So we've reached the end of the 30 days, and what have I gotten out of this? Well, first of all, number one was it inspired confidence that I can keep up with something for 30 days. There were days when I just straight up did not want to get it done, but I knew this was not going to take a huge amount of time. It was just going to be a few minutes out of my day, and if I just shut up and get it done, then I can move on to something else. So there was that building up the consistency of doing something that I didn't really want to do, but then once I started doing it, really enjoyed it. Second of all, it made me more aware that I do need to do more stretching after I run. So this is something that was pretty eye-opening, and that I thought I would be fine and not stretching. Let's be honest, a lot of runners do not stretch or foam roll after they run, okay? Raise your hand. You know you're guilty of this because I am too. But being able to take some time out and just stretch is something that I really do want to keep up with now that I know how easy it is. I don't have to hold it for a full minute, but if I need to, then I need to. And third of all, I found some of the weaker spots in my body, some areas that I really need to work on conditioning in order to kind of make myself a more well-rounded runner. And I probably never would have discovered those spots if I had not stopped to stretch and focus on those spots being tight and weak points. This actually does come up in another video that I'm making, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So am I going to stick with this? Absolutely. This is something that is very easy to add in at the end of a run. I'm not going to obviously use all 30 stretches, but I have found the ones that I feel are the most useful in loosening up my hips and my glutes and making things just a little bit easier for me. I've noticed that since I've started doing this, then there has been less cramping in my hamstrings, which has been a sore point for me for a really long time. And so this is something that I definitely want to keep up with and stay on top of in order to help correct that. So that is my 30-day to splits adventure. Of course, I didn't get all the way down into the splits, but I am hopeful that if I keep working on this, then at some point I can get down into the full splits. So maybe I'll do an update to this later. In the meantime, are there some other 30-day challenges you would like to see me take on? I am currently working on one. I am filming it right now, but if you have suggestions for something that you would like to see me do for 30 days, make sure you drop those in the comments below. It could be something as simple as cutting out sugar for 30 days. It can be maybe core exercises for 30 days, anything that you can think of that I could get done for 30 days. Don't suggest run a marathon a day for 30 days, okay? I am not a superhero. Let's be human here. But if you have any other ideas, make sure you drop those in the comments down below. While you're there, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any of the other running adventures that I have coming out all the time. You could also give this video a big thumbs up. Both of those get me out to more people just like you. You could also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm so glad you could be here. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. I will see you later.